All right, guys, we're going to start up. Welcome. We're glad you could make it. I'm Andrew. Let me shut this door here. I'm with EXP as well. I do training for all over the brokers, all over. I've done like 10 different brokers in the last year for training, so I really enjoy it. I'm going to share with you some of the things you get with EXP, some of the stuff we can talk about for your called KvCORE, which is our CRM, which is a customer relationship management tool. Make sure it's working good. You guys can all see that. So what a CRM does, it helps you manage your customers and keep track of them and how to talk to them automatically and all that kind of jazz. Just trying to get my glasses.
Real quick before Andrew starts.
Yep, go ahead.
There's shutters. And the DoorDash guy got lost many times, so you guys have to eat.
Oh my gosh, right, you're forced. Everyone has to have two.
You have to have a taco at least.
Yeah, I'll have a taco.
So have a taco as we talk. Okay, has anyone never used a CRM before? I know you have command where you're at. Has anyone else never used a CRM and not familiar what it is? Okay, so we'll kind of go slow. I get excited sometimes and go fast. So when you log in, have you already logged in and requested your KvCORE? No, sir. Okay, so when you go to your enterprise, you need to go to enterprise. On the left, it says optional services. You click on that button and then you request KvCORE. And there'll be a box you have to check, and then it takes 3 to 5 business days. Okay? And then your username will be your EXP email, and your password will be changed, all lowercase. Okay, so when you log in, you're going to have that. So make sure you request it, and if you don't request it, you don't get it. Okay? So I'm going to show a couple different things about kind of KvCORE, what it does, how it works, and then we're going to kind of go from there. So in your KvCORE, if you go to the top right, you click on your name, and then go 4 down to My Profile, or 5 down it is now, and you open that up. This is your profile that's set up kind of in the back where you have your KvCORE and your CRM here. So this is important because everything in here is a direct feed to your website. Okay, let me open this up here. I'm going to show you a couple things and we're going to build some ad stuff. So right here, if you hit Edit Profile at the top, yep. When you click Edit Profile, you can see it allows you to add all your social media sites. So everything can be linked, and I'll show you when we start building them where you can share and how you can get leads using this in a minute. So what you do here, a couple big things I want to point out. The top one here, underneath your name, it has like a title, or it'll say Realtor if you don't change it. So this is where you can start to differentiate yourself from other realtors. So what do you guys do that would separate you from someone else? Okay, so mine says Soldier Scientist because I was a military scientist for most of my life. So that's something that separates me from other people. So they see that on my website, and then they can ask, what does that mean? What's a soldier scientist? How does it even work? And then when they talk about it, we can have that conversation, and then it allows me to get people connected to me on a personal level before we start talking about real estate. So when they go to your website, if it only says realtor, nobody cares. Everyone knows you're a realtor, or they should anyway if you're not a secret agent. If you're a secret agent, you need to do better, not be hidden. So if it says something there, it should have something to set you apart, okay? Like we have a lady in Montana we helped work. She's a master scuba instructor. So she put on hers the deep dive realtor. So think of something that's gonna set you apart so people can ask you, hey, what does that mean? How does that connect? What does that do with real estate? So this is where you can start to market yourself. Because remember, in our area, there's 18,000 realtors right now. I think they're right underneath that, 17,000 something. There's almost 18. And there's a lot of realtors. So what are you gonna do to differentiate yourself, to set yourself apart from other realtors? What are you gonna do for that? So one of those would have a tagline. And the way this works, on my website right here, like I'm from Maine, I like cows, so I have a couple cows. And then here, it has my name right there, Soldier Scientist. So if you have a good tagline right there at the front when you go to your KvCORE, it's gonna have people ask you, hey, what does that mean? What is that? How does that connect? And you'll have that conversation to build that like, love, and trust with somebody before, because people work to do that like, love, and trust. So you're gonna have that chance to build that connection before you start talking about real estate. Because if you can do that, they'll be more comfortable, and then they're not gonna run around and chase other realtors, okay? The other thing you wanna do is you wanna load up all your social media, so I'll share that, well, that's important in a minute. There's languages here. If you speak any other languages, you need to put them in here. So the reason we're doing this is everything here is a direct feed to your website, and your website is hosted by Google, okay? So if I put that I speak Laotian and Thai, which I do, I have Thai here. So if I speak Thai and I put my languages in there, if someone searches on Google, Thai speaking realtor in San Antonio, they find me now and I get leads that way for free without doing anything. So if you speak Spanish, we had people who speak Russian, we had Italian, whatever you speak that's in there, put your language in there if you speak anything other than the regular English, and then have that in there so people can find you. And the other thing good about the KvCORE we have here at EXP is you can add any lender you want. Okay, so any other brokers you have to pay, the lenders have to pay to be put on the back end. Here, they don't have to pay to be put on the back end. And what that means is every time I get a lead in my KvCORE, this guy, Manny Akin, who's with Nexon, one of my favorite lenders, he gets a copy of the same exact lead at the same time. And then he has a CRM on his side where he actually has a campaign that we built together, and he converts my people into buyers at the same time I'm converting them into buyers on my side. So as you're saying, so yeah, remember, it's a big thing.
I haven't done that. I'm going to write that
So you need to
down.
write that down if you haven't done that. It's really important, because remember, how many touches does it take to convert somebody? What do you guys think?
25.
Yep, they say 7 to 15 usually, right around there. It's a lot, exactly. It's not, oh, I talked to you, okay, you're ready, usually, unless they're friends or something, obviously. But most people, if you talk to them, the instant you talk to them, they're not ready to do, they gotta do other stuff. So by doing this, you have the campaigns turned on, you have your lender ready, and then after you do that thing, the lender starts talking to them for you. Your campaigns automatically, we'll show you what those are in a second, your campaigns automatically talk to them as well. At the same time, your lender talks to them. You have a much higher conversion. When we not use KvCORE, my lender before, we were at a different place before, and I've had this lender for like 6 years now, we had a 30% less conversion rate not having automated conversion set up. And I'm a scientist, so I do everything by numbers. So to me, we track all of our conversion rate and all our numbers and all our lead gen. So we had a 30 to 35% less conversion rate by not having automated campaigns. So that's huge. If you don't have that, you don't have it set up correctly, you need to come. Well, Holly has some classes, she'll talk about it later. You need to come to a class or call me one-on-one, I can set it up for you. We'll make sure you have people to automatically talk to you and do it right. Okay, so that's your campaign, and then of course you have your bio and your signature. So it's really important to do your profile. It sounds silly, but otherwise on your website, if they say, agent profile right here, and it pops up and you don't have it set up right here where it has your bio, it's not gonna show anything, it'll be a blank page. And it's gonna look very unprofessional. So don't be that, I call it a cheesy agent, don't be the cheesy agent, okay? Make sure you take the time to do your homework. All right, so that's the first basic thing I wanna show you. The next thing I wanna show you, in the top left of your KvCORE, there's these 3 lines. If you click on these 3 lines, I'll try to slow down, I get excited and go too fast. I'll try to slow down. If you click on these 3 lines here, it'll expand your dashboard, and you wanna go down to where it says Web and IDX, and you're gonna click on this Web and IDX.
You can't see it, but is there any way to get rid of that crystal UHD?
Yes, sorry, thank you. I didn't see that.
And is there Wi-Fi here?
I would use your hotspot.
Okay, I am.
Their Wi-Fi's, no one knows what the password is. Did it come back?
Haunting you.
Just pretend it's not there. I don't know why it keeps jumping around. That's really annoying.
It's okay. We'll forget something.
Yeah, pretend. If it gets in the way where I'm pointing, let me know, and I'll click at it again. So again, if you're in your KvCORE, try to ignore that weird little thing on the side. I don't know why we have that craziness. You click on these 3 lines to expand it, and you're gonna click on Web and IDX. None of the drop downs, just Web and IDX. And then once you click on Web and IDX, it loads, come on, baby. Show my hotspot. Again, it's not going there for some reason, but. Let me try to get, okay, I'm there. Once you click on Web and IDX, you're gonna scroll down to the right of where your picture is. Under website content, it says service area and SEO, okay? To the right of that, it says view edit. You wanna click that view edit button. If you have 0 here, you need to go right here and add all to the MLS. If you have 4 or 5, you wanna remove them and then re-add them. So what this is, you want every service area that in your MLS automatically loaded in here. So what that does is if someone wants to buy a home in Adkins, you're gonna have to put the keywords in page text. So if you reach out to me after this lesson, I'll give you a link in Google where you can just copy and paste the keywords and page text, and you have to do it row by row. So for example, I do a lot of work in Converse, 78109. So if someone searches homes for sale in Converse, because I have these keywords and this area, they find me on Google Maps. and my website will just pop up, and they'll be one of the first choices as long as my search engine optimization score, my SEO score is high enough. So my score, I do a lot of advertising on internet, so my score now is high enough where I can outdo Realtor.com, sometimes Zillow, so people find my people, but I've been posting for like 10 years. So you gotta build that score up. So you have to be consistent and be posting multiple times, and then you're gonna have these in here. Now you might say, Andrew, I'm never gonna drive to Alice. No way, screw that. So okay, I might not drive to Alice, it's 3 hours away for where I live. But I'm gonna do a referral in Alice. So I'm not gonna delete this area out, I'm gonna leave it in here, because if someone in Alice says, hey, I see you cover Alice, I say, I sure do. And then I'm gonna say, someone in my team is gonna meet you there. And then I make an appointment and have someone there as a referral to meet the client. Okay, so it's really important to do all these keywords and all these page texts. That's the other big thing to cover. Those two, if you do your profile, yes, go.
So I just got certified in Oklahoma as well. Do you
Okay.
know, do they link
You
that?
can have multiple MLSs, yes.
Okay.
If you don't know how to add them,
Yeah.
you just go down to the bottom right, you click on the little talk button,
Okay.
and you go to message, and then you ask them a message, and you just ask a
Okay.
question, and you say, how do I add multiple MLSs? They'll have some dumb robot that'll answer it, and then you
Okay.
just have to ignore the robot and hit wait for a person, and they'll send you a PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint is super easy to follow. You just go to Enterprise, you click on like 3 buttons, and you add your MLS.
Okay.
And then all the areas here that you cover will also include the ones in Alabama, wherever your other places.
Okay.
So you'll have everything, every MLS you cover, you can have up to, I think it's up to 3 at no cost, and then after that, they charge a little bit. It's up to 3 or 5, I have to double check again, I'm pretty sure it's at least 3. Okay, so those 2 things, the 2 basic things before we jump into the lead gen, those 2 basic things are super important. Get your profile done and get your service area and keywords so people can find you. Yes? You're good.
Sorry.
No, ask, that's why we're here.
So all of this, when you said all of
Yep.
MLS, like, what
Every
is
single area.
the, every single area that I say, like,
That's
New
in your
Braunfels?
MLS. So if you're 4 Rivers, right? That's
Okay.
New Braunfels.
Okay.
Then everything in the 4 Rivers MLS would be automatically uploaded.
Okay, got it.
So if you had multiple, like 4 Rivers in San Antonio, like a lot of people, you'd have both.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Now,
That makes sense, yep?
Yes.
Because you can have up to as many as you want. 3 is for free, and after that, it's a small fee that you charge for anything extra. But a lot of times they just waive it and let you do it anyway. I've had people who I know who have like 5. Okay? It is a pain in the butt because you have to cut and paste each of these and hit save each row at a time.
but it's worth
So
it.
it can take a couple hours, but once you do it one time, you never have to do it again. Or you can, I always say if you have kids do it
That's
for
what
you.
we just said.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's
Yeah.
my joke.
Abby to do
If
it.
you have kids, have your kids. If you have a bottle of wine, get a whole, you'll probably need it. You need a whole bottle of wine to get through it. I'm a paid consultant with KvCORE, so I can do it for you. Whatever you can, if you're like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna do this, just send it to somebody, let someone else do it and pay them. Sometimes it's better to pay people to get it done, no matter who it is. Okay, so take care of that. Now we're gonna actually talk about some of the lead generating strategies we can use KvCORE. Because if you have your profile in this setup, now people are gonna start to find you. So now we have to start using it. So if you go here to lead engine on the left, if you go to lead engine, you wanna click on build squeeze page. And then it's gonna pop up, okay? So we're gonna first talk about a multi-property squeeze page. What that means with a squeeze page, you give somebody a list of homes, they look at it, they don't have to sign in until they've seen 2 homes. So you kind of give them a taste of something exciting, like you give them that's why people have to do food tasting when you go to Costco and all those places. They want you to taste it for the same reason. Oh, this is good, I want some more. They're gonna start looking at homes, that's a nice home, that's a nice home. They go to the 3rd one, oh, you have to sign in, okay? It's a way to catch them and make them sign in without them knowing you're doing it. And most people are used to that. Okay, I gotta sign in, they just sign in and keep going. Because they're excited, they've been hooked. You're trying to hook clients. Now when you run here, we'll make it very simple with the location. What area do you guys like to work in San Antonio? I'm with the San Antonio MLS. So. Do you have any neighborhoods or zip codes or anything? Give me one.
78247.
Okay, so 78247. If I can type it in there correctly. 78247. And then as you type it in, you see it'll pop up right here, and then you just click on zip. You can also put in the subdivision. You can put in a school district. You can put in just Converse, San Antonio, Helotes, Bernie. You can do city, however you want to do it.
Vista Del Norte.
Yep. You can do that one. You can do anything you want. And then the listing types, these are all the different listings. I'm just going to go to single family like a regular home. So any homes in 78247. I never worry about style because style is confusing to people. I might think it's Mediterranean, you might call it Middle Eastern, you might call it Spanish, you might call it classic modern vibe, whatever the hell they call it. You know, I just stay away from that. Don't even mess with it. You're gonna get confused. Now, what's our median price range right now in San Antonio? Around 330, 340. That's what they were coming out yesterday. So I like to go a little higher than that, so you catch people who think they can afford more. So I'm gonna put 450,000, and I don't put a minimum, because I want everything under 450. Now, if you're like, there's no way I'm working with anything under 200, then you could put 200 for the minimum. It's up to you how you want to structure your list, okay? Now, most people want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so I'm going to change the beds and baths to 3-2. And then under options, so if we just want all homes for sale, we'll do that first. But under options, if I wanted new homes, I just go right here to newly built, and it will show me only new homes. If I wanted to see just listed, it'll show me just listed. There's all kinds of different lists you can see in here. So right now, with the fireplace, with the Valentine's coming up, right? So if you're gonna market Valentine's, what would you market? What is romantic for Valentine's? People with a fireplace, maybe eating dinner, having a fire. I would market and say, hey, love the home you're in, have a romantic, surprise your wife with a new home with a romantic fireplace.
Great surprise.
And that would be a great surprise. You're like, hell yeah, exactly. So that would be something cute that you'd be like, oh, that's cute. And then the wives would click on, oh yeah, I want to see a home with a fireplace. And they'd be looking, and it would be a way to catch people. So think what's happening around you that you can play on. So right here, if I wanted to, I could type fireplaces, and it would only show homes with fireplaces. Okay, so there's no reason I'm just leaving it blank right now, but you could pick whatever you wanted to put in there. And each one of those is a separate list of homes. Okay, let me delete that out of there. Now in the top right, you go to source. I'm just gonna put Facebook just to keep it simple. If you were gonna use this on Google, Instagram, any other source, you could put any kind of source that you want. I'm just putting Facebook to keep it simple for the training here. Now because we're in 78247 for the hashtag, so the hashtag is a label that KvCORE uses. So when you label your clients, you can label them buyer, seller. I'm just gonna label this one all homes 78247. And this, you don't put the hashtag symbol and you don't put a space. And then you click on it, and when it turns gray, it means that it accepted it, okay? And then here for the cover photo, I'm just gonna drop down to the first choice. It doesn't matter what the first choice is for you, just pick the first choice, and then go to generate list. And the direct link and the short link are the exact same list. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it or freak out about it, okay? It's the same thing. I work with the short link, it's just easier to work with. And I'm just gonna paste that into a new tab, just so you guys can see kind of what a link will look like. It's not craziness jumping around. All right, and then it grabs it, it checks, make sure it's secure. So right now in that zip code, there's 68 results. So if you're talking to somebody and they're like, hey Andrew, I'd love to buy a home in 78247, what do you tell them? That's awesome. Can I text you this link right now that has all the homes for sale right now? Yes?
So just with the few click of what you just did,
I have a list of everything on the MLS.
but it's already on the MLS and
It's
it's
active.
already on my Facebook and people can.
No, I'll show you how to put on your Facebook right now. Okay, but that's a good question. So now you have it built, but you can give this list to anybody, and once you build it, you never have to build it again, because it automatically updates every 5 minutes from the MLS. It's a live link, okay? So that's the power, that's one of the big things that KvCORE has. So if you work in that zip code, I like to use Google Drive on my phone, and I have an Excel sheet in Google Drive where I have a spreadsheet, and I have all my squeeze pages built. So when I'm talking to anybody, no matter where I'm at, if they say, I want to buy a new home, I'm like, you know what? That's not a problem. So what I would do here is go here to newly built, and I'd make a different link. And then I would just copy that link.
So you're using this instead of MLS?
I use MLS, so the reason I would use MLS instead is the person's really picky. Some people want a quarter acre, this square, if they want something really, really very, very specific, KvCORE does not do as good of a job on that. Okay,
So like when you're like fine tuning, but if somebody like a brand new lead that
Yep.
comes in and saying, hey, I'm just looking for, then you can send them that.
Exactly.
Okay, and then they're.
So this is to convert, okay?
Yeah.
This is to get leads and convert. So you're gonna blast the squeeze page everywhere and give it to all your social media. Okay, so if we have this link, which we do, I'm gonna change it back to the one we had. And then I'm just gonna say I went to my Facebook, like you're asking, like, where do I put this? If I was in my Facebook, now Facebook had just changed their terms of policy, where we're not allowed to put housing starting February 1st on on your business page, which doesn't make any sense, but you can still put them on your personal. It doesn't make it, it's weird, I know, Facebook is a weird animal, and you can still put them in Marketplace. Marketplace is where you're gonna get better leads anyway. Okay, so if you're looking for free Facebook leads, put homes on Marketplace. And you wanna put a lot, like 40 to 60 homes. So,
I know, well, Hyman's brand new with us.
Okay.
And so. I don't
I'll
know,
show you how to
seen
find-
KvCORE at all before?
No.
At all, no,
Okay.
okay. So can you tell, like, how many leads are you producing a year on
so
average?
to me, I'm getting about 26,000 leads a year, is what I get on average.
This is why.
Now, I don't only use KvCORE, I have like 5 different systems, but they all plug into KvCORE. KvCORE is very friendly to any system you have. So I pay $120 a month for my leads and I get about 26,000 a year. But I send them out to my group and then they get referrals back. And that's how I can feed my group, my team, all my mentees and everybody. I feed them through my KvCORE. And that's why, but again, it takes time, you have to be willing to do all the work. And you have to have your daily task posting so much, it doesn't happen overnight. It's taken me, I don't know, like 8-10 years of using KvCORE to be at where I'm at now. So it doesn't happen, but it does build the more you use it. Now, if I was on my Facebook, I put it right here, and I pasted this link, you can see it automatically gives me what's called a preview. And then once it does the preview in a second here, hopefully it does a preview. There it is. It gives a preview, and that's kind of an ugly home, but that's okay. It randomly picks a home, so I don't know if I'd like that one, but I might try a different picture. So, then you highlight the whole link and you delete it. If you try to delete the link letter by letter, it deletes your preview. Okay, so you have to highlight the whole link and then you delete it, and then I would say something like, what is it, 78247? Yep. Then you could say something like, looking for a new home in 78247. You say, here is a list of the most popular homes in the area. If I spelled everything right, sorry. And then I would do like updated every 5 minutes. People like to hear that it's updated. And that's it. And I would keep that by itself, and then if I was really doing the post, I'd probably drop an emoji in here, make a cute little house or something, like the house emoji. There's a cute little house. Aw. Then I would do something like that. And that would be a quick, easy post. Someone clicks it, when they click it, then I just hit post. Once they click it, it would go right to this list right here. And then they can start looking. They can look at 2 homes, then it automatically makes them log in and sign in.
And is it like me, it's my face, hey Janelle, sign into my website or whatever
We're
to
gonna show
view?
you. Yep, it's
Okay.
all you. It's all branded, like right here's my website. Let me go back to it. It looks just like this. My name, everything, Andrew Morin, and here's my website. Okay, it's all branded to you. And right now I have mine set where they can set themselves up on search, get a free CMA. You can convert your website however you want to do it. I have mine set, it's called the Modern Classic View, where it's set here, and I have it so that if they want a CMA, it's right here. If they want to get pre-approved right here, I open that up, it goes right to my lender. They go to my website, they click on a link, it opens my lender's link, they get pre-approved. All that can be customized very easily in KvCORE. Okay?
And there's some, I'm assuming, like you said, you already said for a fee or whatever, I can make an appointment.
I can do everything for
switch
you.
over and then
Yep.
we
I've done it for
have a
hundreds of thousands of people now, actually. A lot of people, but yeah. And then I do a training with the Envision Title. They're really great to sponsor me every couple months, or every month, every couple weeks, I guess. They're awesome, and they take good care of me too. And they also give back that way. So if you want to pay and do more specific, we can do one-on-one, or if you want to go to the class with everyone else, you can do it together. It's whatever you want to do.
Do
We
you
have
have
all
on
those.
every Friday? Or do
And then the first 3 Fridays, we do a class. This Friday, I'm doing a class on how to bring 50,000 people per month to your website for free, or $10 a day, using KvCORE. So it wouldn't work with Command unless you have an IDX web link. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then it wouldn't work. Yeah, Command, KvCORE, we already have that built into it as part of our programming, and we can just copy and paste that IDX link and turn it into a list that we put everywhere on the internet. And it brings, for $10 a day, you get about 50 to 60,000 people to your website. And every one of them leaves a digital fingerprint behind. Just like if you're shopping for clothes or shoes, and 5 minutes later you have the internet, and when you're looking, or cars, whatever, we can do the same thing with houses. Everyone who looks at your link can be put in there called the pixel, and then we retarget them back. But you have to build the ad for it.
Man,
That's
this
more.
guy's got all the listings.
I know, yeah, exactly. And that gets more that's more complicated, of course, but we're not gonna go over that today. But if you wanna learn how to start that process, Friday, we're doing that class at Envision at 9:30.
I have a quick question on
Yep.
lenders. Can you have multiple lenders at Rod and Robin?
You can not only, so on the profile, you can't. But if you go here to Web and IDX,
Yeah.
and then you go to custom pages, you can go view, edit, and you can add as many lenders, like here's Nexa, here's Aligned. I have a couple different lenders in here.
Okay. I was just curious because I have a couple of lenders I've worked with over the years.
Yep, so I put them, so they're on your website. What that does is it puts them here on your website.
Mhm.
If someone clicks and you go to resources, right here you can have all your vendors ready to go. So no one can tell you that, hey, I was like, if I want to buy a home, you're like, can you send me a list of lenders? I'm just like, I sure can. I just go here, copy this link, text it to you, and then you have a list of all my vendors, all my lenders. And then I say, this is the one I recommend, but there's 3 right there to choose from.
Yeah.
And then your client can't say you didn't give them that list. And because you have it in writing where you text it to them, if they try to sue you, especially for home warranties, that's a big thing people are trying to do now. If they try to sue you for a home warranty, you would have 3 home warranties right here. Like right here, I have home warranties. You would have 3 home warranties right there, and then you could say, I gave you the list. And I have a screenshot right here of the text where I sent you that list. I'm sorry if you didn't do your homework and open it.
Same thing with inspectors too?
Inspectors, title companies, everything. Of course, we'd only have Envision on there, but everything else, I'm teasing. Everything, every vendor you use, you should have 3. So right here, Goosehead is what? Insurance, right?
Insurance.
So you would have Goosehead. I use T Blackwell as well. You'd have 3 insurance companies in there to show that you give options to people, and they would have to decide who they want to go with, and that would protect you as an agent.
Yes.
So no track can't come after you, because people are getting sued happy trying to get agents right now, because their values have dropped hundreds of thousands, some people, and they're trying to sue agents now. If you guys haven't heard, they're now suing agents saying you should have told me this could have happened. So it's stupid, I know, they should be like, of course that could have happened, but that's what's happening right now in the market, so you just have to keep track of everything. All right, let's jump back. Okay, so we just did multi-property. You can have a lot of fun with this. You can build all kinds of different ones and whatever kind. Now, if you go to single property squeeze page, instead of going here, I like to go to listings, company listings. So these are all the listings in EXP and my MLS. We already have permission from the broker that we can advertise any of these listings that we want. Okay? So we already have it. So if I wanted, like this home is 800,000, if I wanted to advertise this home and I open it up, right here at the top where it says direct link, this is a single property squeeze page to that property. It's already built for me, and this is what it looks like. So
I
this
don't have to talk to the listing agent or
we
something?
already have permission. Who owns the listing, the broker or the agent? The broker, right? And the broker already has given us permission to use our company. Now, if the listing agent throws a tantrum, we had one do that. Take it down, whatever, threw it like a Karen, whatever. We're like, that's fine. We just went and we took it down. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I've had, if you use someone else's, of course, you need to have permission. But if it's with EXP, we already have permission because we do try to help each other. So right now, this is the thing here for this huge tract of land. Yeah, you should help each other.
Yes,
Right.
that's
Yes,
right.
yes. And then right here, it shows your agent, so it's branded to me, but it does have the listing agent underneath. But nobody knows that. So I'm not claiming this thing right here, I'm just giving credit to where credit's due. But what are they gonna see? My
I've
mug.
seen that. You've done that, and I was
Of
like,
course she's done
look
that,
at her
yes.
face on there, and then I was like, but I see
Okay.
it, it's listed.
Now,
as
the other
single.
thing you can do instantly from here is if you highlight the MLS, you have to put in a plugin, which we do one-on-one or in class. You can post this instantly to Craigslist. As you can see, I don't have to touch anything. It does everything for me, including the pictures. And then all you have to do is edit it. And then I just change it where it says, where it texts my Andrew M. You put that as the MLS number, and that's it. And then you hit continue, and then you publish it. And there it is, I just published the post to Craigslist in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Now, if you're gonna work on Craigslist, you wanna post 15 a day, 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. And that's when people are gonna be on their phones more. Of course, in the morning, it's more around 7 or so. In the afternoon, you'd be posting probably closer to, I don't know,
2 or 3 or something.
that would be more in the afternoon, evening, around lunchtime, 11:30, 11:45, because people are going to be, you want to do when people are ready to go home, they're about to go to lunch, they just got up in the morning, they're on their phone, and the things when people are checking their social media. If they're looking for homes, those are the times you want to do your postings. And then in the evenings, like you're saying, 4:30, 3:34, Or if you miss that time frame, you want to do it at 7, when people are done eating dinner and they're sitting around on their phones pretending to talk to each other. Yeah.
So you're not worried about being ghosted by posting so many?
I don't care.
Well, I was just
No.
curious, because I know that some people found out they're ghosted.
So what'll happen is that someone will, instead of them reaching out to me, all I'm gonna do is get a text message with that link. So once they text message me with that link, I don't know anything about the client, right? So I pull up this link here in my MLS or my KvCORE, and I grab this direct link and I text it back to them. Because that's a single property squeeze page. And then I say, that's an awesome piece of property. Here's a link where you can actually go and learn more about it. And then they can look at 2 to 3 pictures, and after looking at 2 to 3 pictures, it automatically makes them sign in. Or it kicks them out and won't let them look at anything else. So even on Craigslist, you can put that in there as the link. Now, if you do Facebook Marketplace and you put homes there, at the end of the description, I would cut and paste this happy description. He was nice enough to give me that. And then I would go here and I'd put direct link to the home underneath it. So on Craigslist Facebook Marketplace, if someone's clicking and they read it, they can just click that link, go to the house, and then it's an instant. Now the other place is you can do this on Pinterest if you guys haven't done that. People love Pinterest. It's free. You can do a pin, and this would be your link to every pin right here, the direct link. So why would you not do that? Because you're lazy. Get off your ass and go to work.
Right.
Okay, sorry, I'm just very blunt. Yeah. Go to work. Make it happen. You'll make it work. Okay, so right now, as you can see, we have over 1,000 listings right now on EXP that you have. Every one of you guys in EXP, and you're going to have it soon, hopefully. So every one of us here with EXP are going to get it. If you have access to it, you should have 1,000 pins, 1,000 homes on Facebook Marketplace, and if you have that, you're going to have so many leads you don't want to do it. Okay. It's that simple. It takes work. It'll take time. And if you're posting to like Marketplace, you don't put more than 5 to 7 a day, or they're gonna think you're spamming, and they're gonna put you in Facebook jail. So be careful. And Pinterest too. I'd only do 5 or 10 a day. Otherwise, you'd be put in Pinterest. They'll put you in jail, and they'll say you're a spammer. So you have to build that. If you do 5 or 7 a day for a month, that's 1,000 at 1 month. If you had 1,000 listings active on the internet and every one had a link where they catch their information, that's powerful.
Do you, when they capture their information, do you suggest putting the phone number, or you just
I always make the phone number. So the way to make the phone number mandatory, if you go here to Web and IDX, and then next to your name in bold it says Edit Settings. Click Edit Settings, and then you hit Control F or Command F if you have an Apple, and then you're going to type mandate, and when the word mandate right here, mandate phone, and all you do is turn on that button. Now, if you mandate the phone number, you're not going to get as many leads, because people don't like to give their phone number because they think they're going to get spam.
Or they give you the wrong number.
Or they give you the wrong number, which is okay, as long as they're giving you something.
Yeah.
But if you don't mandate phone number, you're going to have a lot more looky-loos, I call them. They're going to just be there. Oh, that's a pretty picture. Like my wife, I love her to death, but she does it all the time. And I get spammed all. I'm like, why do I have 10 people? Why am I on 10 different emails? It's okay. It's not a big deal to me, but I just unsubscribe every day.
Yeah.
But it's okay. People like to look at pretty houses. But that's not wrong. But if I mandate the phone number, that gets rid of those people usually. So I'm going to get less leads, but I'm going to higher quality leads. Yep. So if you think in stats, I don't want to get too much into math. Being scientists, we get excited about it. So if you think of stats, you have the number of leads by the quality of leads. You can push for heavy leads, but you need good quality. Usually if you get a lower lead count, you have a higher quality leads because you're finding some way to kind of vet them. But you need to have your campaigns turned on, so when the leads come in, you have KvCORE auto vet them for you. Okay? So I know there's a lot of stuff we're going over. I'm not trying to get too in deep, but okay. So if you go here to marketing, smart campaigns, here's where you turn on your campaigns in KvCORE. You're not going to have any on unless you've turned any on. And there's 4 or 5, I say 5, but there's one that I have my own seller one that I put in there. So you want to have default new lead buyer, default closed, default homeowner sphere, and open house. And then there's default new lead seller, but I have a better campaign than that one that I can give you for the seller one. And then if you have those 5 campaigns, every type of client that comes into your KvCORE will be automatically talked to instantly, and it will talk to convert them for you. You don't have to worry about it. It'll be done for you. It's very, very powerful. Okay? And all you do is go here to KvCORE library, you find the campaign, you go to the right and add it to your library, and then you come back and you click the button to turn it on. And that's it. It's that easy. And then it automatically will start talking to your clients for you when they come in. Okay? So let's jump back into any questions so far before we jump to the next one? Okay, I wanna talk about seller squeeze pages, okay? So if you go to seller squeeze page, you were in what, 78245, right?
247.
247, thanks. 78247, so I'm gonna go to my location. I'll stay in the same one since we're here today. If I spelled it right, 78247. There we go. And then the source, I'm just gonna put Facebook again. Now then again, we went to lead engine, build squeeze page, and I went to squeeze page at the top. And then the hashtag, I'm gonna put, I do SQ for seller squeeze and then underscore, and then I put 78247, just so I can keep track of where my leads come from. And then you generate the link, that's it. Okay? And I'm gonna copy this short link and share it into another tab here. And this is what they're gonna see when they click on that link. So it says right now, the average home price of this is $340. Get your report below. Okay? Now what you do with this link is a couple different things. You'd wanna take this link as right as it is, it's not as useful, you can send it to people, but you wanna be able to use it. So if you take that link, let me get rid of my extra tabs, and you copy this link, and if you go to a free website called QR Monkey, it generates free QR codes. And at the top, when you open it, right here where it says your URL, you just paste it in there and hit generate QR code, and that's it. And now this QR code is for this right here. So if I was gonna work in that subdivision, that zip code, and I wanted to do door hangers, and I wanted to design my own door hangers or get free ones from like America First Home Warranty, I think it's called. They'll give you free door hangers. You just reach out to Michelle Garcia. You can have a sticker where you can take this QR code and go to Avery, and I'll show you. And it's very simple. You just, instead of wasting all that money making cards, you just go to Avery. Let me get to my projects. Hold on. My Wi-Fi's a little slow. There we go. All right, and then you go to projects. And these are the projects. So all you would do is take this right here and this label, and the label number is 18863. It's the same size of your business card. And then if I can get it to open, it's trying to open. You would just design it using that QR code. So you build the QR code, print it, and then you just take your label, and when you open it, Avery, it's free to design a label right here in Avery, and then there it is right here. You just design it. I put, would you sell your home for the right price? Get your value here. And then this is a QR code I just built. And when they scan it, boop, it goes right there and it puts them in your website. Okay, very easy way to get people to click on the leads. Now, once they click it, it pops up and says that the report is ready, your value is ready, but they say you have to download it or log in to see it. So some people at that point might be like, nope, I'm done, I'm not gonna log in. So if that happens, you're still gonna get a lead in your KvCORE that says somebody tried to get a value for 123 Main Street. So if you see that lead like that and you're like, what is that for? Then you would just go to either RPR or you would go to CRS. Both of those are quick links right here in your MLS. Under links and tools here on the side if it loads. Come on, Wi-Fi. So right here under tools, resources, and links, there's courthouse retrieval and RPR. Either one of those, you put in the address and it'll give you the person's name. Anywhere in the RPR is anywhere in the United States. Okay? So you put in the address, it gives you the person's name, and then all you have to do, this is the right one, you go to Family Tree Now or True People Search. There are 2 free searches and you can do a free skip trace on them. Okay? So that way if you get their address, you go to RPR and then you find their name of who the owner is, you put it in there to Family Tree Now or True People Search, and you get a free skip trace out of it. And then you know who their phone number is and you know their email. And then you call them and say, sorry, I thought, Andrew, you started to do a value, and I see that my computer messed up. Sorry, I didn't send it to you. You blame it on the computer. And then you say, can I send it to you now? And they'll be like, sure, cool. And say, is this the best email for you? Then you check the email. And that's it. They don't realize how you got it. And then they're going to say, how'd you get my info? And say, oh, you must have scanned something in one of my cards. It just came to me, so I'm just following up. You make it sound like, oh, I just happened to do it. Okay? That's a really easy way to use them that way. And you can also build door hangers in Avery. You just don't have a lot of time to go. Right, close those out. Okay. Any questions on that? I went through that a little quick, but. And you could also put, of course, this link anywhere you want. You can put it. So if you have a Facebook page, like how to sell your home in 78247, you can make a Facebook group called that, and you'd have that link right there. So if you want to target different areas, make your own Facebook groups to target your subdivisions, your areas that you want to target. Because it's free, you just put it out there, then you just put data out there, you just talk about what's in that area. Schools, doctors, and you talk about what people would want to know, not just real estate. And it's easy to do that and make a Facebook group for no cost. And the other thing we're just gonna talk real quick is market report. So we had a 78247, I'm gonna do the same area, 78247. We'll get this area. Now do the same source to keep it simple, which is Facebook. And then my hashtag will be the same, MR for market report, and then 78247. And that's my hashtag. And then you just generate the link. Only 3 places. So what a market report does is it takes a snapshot of the market in the last 30 days and lets you know what's going on. See, it makes me sign in even though I'm already in the lead. That's okay, I'll just sign back in again. There it goes. Okay, it takes a second. So it takes a snapshot of the market in the last 30 days and tells you what's happening in that market, like that zip code or that subdivision or anywhere, and it gives you a good breakdown of it. So it's saying right now, the average, until you look at this 30-day change is the important part, the average of days on market in that zip code has gone up almost 10%. So when you're talking to sellers, what's some information you're gonna tell them? They're gonna say, you always say, what do you know about the current market? And they're gonna say, the home they're gonna sell in a week, oh, it's so amazing, they're gonna make $100,000 over asking, and they're gonna freak out. Then you're gonna say, well, actually, you're laughing, that's what you get all the time if you talk to them. And that's what people still think sometimes right now. And you're like, it's terrible, I know, I do it as well. So then you're gonna have to have it, I come in the Jesus talk, you're gonna have to be like, okay, this is what the market is really happening. And if you pull out a market report, it's not just you saying something. If you can pull data and say, this is what's happening, here's a report from the MLS pulling the last 30 days of what's happened in our area. And you can say, the average days on market, we're gonna be it could easily be 3 to 6 months before we sell your home. You guys need to realize that. And then right here, the average sold price is about the same now. So people are listing it in that area the right price now, but the sold to listed ratio has gone way down. So homes that sold at the listed price have gone down 62%. So that means right here, there's a 20% increase in price reductions. So homes are not selling what they were listing for. Why would that? Because they didn't have a good agent that listed it right. They got greedy. So when you show that to your client, they're going to be like, oh, my home was worth $400,000 and it's worth $310,000. And you're going to say, actually, do you want to be one of these people? We can make you one of the 70% if you want. That's okay. Or do you want to be one of the top 20, top 30? Let's list it right and do it right. This gives you a good data to talk about. And then you know now, too, what's happened to that market. What happened to that market? It's settled, right? It's now a more normal market. 3 to 6 is normal for people on the market. We're seeing this. People usually have to do price drops or give concessions, whatever. It's more of a normalized market now in that area. It's not a seller's market, but it's not a crazy buyer's market either. Because this is not, 900 days on the market or some insane thing. It's not a year on the market. We're still a good seller's market. We still have we only have 3 months inventory right now in this end. Right? You need 6 months to have a healthy market to say.
So, what if you're doing like cities or towns within the city limits, like
It's the
Castle
same thing.
Hills, Alamo Heights?
Yep, you could do the same thing.
Instead
and
of
you build
doing
this-
it by zip code, could you do
Yep.
it by city?
Yep, you can do, you said Alamo Heights?
Yeah. Because I know like Alamo Heights, you can still put San Antonio, Texas, and they're still gonna get their mail because of the zip
So
code.
here it is, Alamo Heights. So right here, city, once it loads, city Alamo Heights. And then if you generate that, you just grab that other link.
And it's only gonna pull what's in the.
It's only
city
gonna pull
limits.
what's on the MLS in the last 30 days in Alamo Heights.
Okay.
It is gonna build it. Now, the other thing you wanna do that's really easy for free marketing here is to do a YouTube video on this. Or a Facebook Live, whatever your social, or Instagram, whatever you wanna do for your social media. I just use YouTube for example, okay? So you do a video, and the good thing is if you find an agent that's more, if you're a new agent, you need help, find an agent more experienced, and then find a lender. And then what are people worried about right now when they buy buyers? What are they worried about? Interest rates, right? So if you're gonna do a YouTube video, talk about this and say, hey, there's some great, but even though we see this changing, we have strategies in place that we can help you buy your home. And then have the lender, what do you do to help people? And the lender can hop in and start talking about interest rates, what to do, how to use it, et cetera, and the lender can step in and because they're the subject matter expert on that. We don't need to know that, that's what they get paid for. And it makes you look better too, if you let someone else who's a subject matter expert take over at that point. You're gonna look better that you're not trying to hog the limelight and everything, okay? It shows that you're willing to share and that you know that you don't know everything. So always try to, and that would be an amazing live video right there, no matter what you do it live. And if you post it out there, like, hey, we're gonna do a market report and talk about lenders, and you kind of pump it up and have a live video time, do it in the afternoon, like 6 or 7, where people can join, and make it an Eventbrite if you want, however big you wanna make it. And then turn it live, and have the first 20, 30 minutes you guys talking, and then have people throwing questions. And then you have your link and the lender's link right there. It's a very simple way to get leads, and then you'll have people actually asking questions. They're not scared because they're not like, oh, this is my realtor, they're gonna take it, they're gonna try to grab my info. But if you give something, so in sales we call it an emotional deposit. If you give somebody something to help them and then give it for free with no strings attached, they wanna give something back to you. That's just the way sales works, okay? So you have to give, I don't say you have to, but it works 90% better if you give a client something. Either, that's what we do, we give them a free list of homes, we give them this, we give them this. If you give them something, they wanna give you something back. So if you give them this free video and you talk about it and you give them advice as they're asking, they can be like, wow, you really know what you're talking about. Let's go ahead and get some more info and see if we can't use you as a realtor. Okay, it's a really easy way to get clients without very much trouble on your side. Okay, and those are the things I really wanted to cover today. Does anyone have any questions? Or anything you want to look at? 'Cause we're about out of time too. Yeah. I didn't want to go too fast. Hopefully. I know KvCORE does a lot. We're just like literally scratching the surface right now. Yeah.
I know you have a 2-day course on this.
We have a 2-day course, yep. All right, so we're good. If you need other questions, let me know. Let's turn my video off here.